I was like, what? So this promise of get a professional degree, get a good job, and live happily ever after is a scam. Madre mia. Hello everyone, my name is Flo. Welcome to Flo Finance. I am not a financial expert at all. I'm just sharing my experience investing in Nigeria to hopefully inspire you to invest in your future. Yes, my finance videos where I share how I invest and the things I invest in are back. I put them on hold during the lockdown because it was not a period to be discussing investments due to the mood at that time. But yeah, now life is coming back to the new normal and my finance videos are back, and today I'll be sharing my very first investment, the very first thing I invested in my life. But first, let me tell you why I started investing in the first place. What pushed me to start investing in my future and the future of my unborn children. At that time, they are born now. Back in 2001, I got my dream job. This was a company I started dreaming of working with back in my second year at uni. I graduated and got a job with this company and I was posted to the UK. Within my first year in the company, there was a redundancy. For those who don't know, redundancy is when a company carries out a planned reduction in its workforce. They lay people off, maybe because there's a downturn in the industry, there are no contracts coming in, etc. And my flatmate was laid off. All of us international employees in the company lived in company provided accommodation. We didn't have family or friends. We were our own family and friends. We did a lot of things together. We were all quite close. We went to the pubs together, restaurants, to the cinemas, or to the West End to watch plays. Yeah, we were quite close as colleagues can be, if not more. So you can imagine how my flatmate being laid off affected me so badly and got me thinking deep about my future. Like, it woke me up from my state of euphoria. I was like, what? So this promise of get a professional degree, get a good job, and live happily ever after is a scam. Madre mia. It's only good in theory, but real adulting is nowhere near as ideal as that. That's when I started asking questions. What can I do to continue to earn money if I were to lose my job today, this very minute? From that experience, I saw that this job is not guaranteed. In fact, that no job is guaranteed. If people can lose their jobs in this kind of job within a twinkle of an eye, then no job is safe. Also, I was like, what will happen if I got injured? Yes, we work in a very risky environment. Yes, we have health and safety rules in place, but accidents happen, and I've seen people become injured to the point of permanent disability due to no fault of their own. The most the company will do is to pay you a fixed amount of money and that's it. So I started searching for information about what to do. At that time, in the early 2000s, the information on the internet was at best scanty and sketchy. Even when you found investment information online, they were usually tailored to Western countries, not applicable to Nigeria, and I did not want to invest outside Nigeria. I also started having deep conversations with my colleagues. That's when one of my Nigerian colleagues introduced me to this book, this very good book by Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. This book will get you pumped up about investing. It's like teaching a baby personal finance 101. Yeah, she lent me a copy of hers and I got home and I read it. I wanted to start reading it a little bit till, sleep came, but I didn't know when I finished this book that night before I slept. I didn't care if I was going to work the next day. No, the very next day I got to the office and I went to Amazon to order my copy, and while I was ordering it, Amazon suggested these two. This one is the second part of the other one, and this one is the guide to investing. And I've read these books over and over again. You can see where my son ate them. He ate this book when he was a baby because I was always leaving them lying around. Yeah, I'm telling you, even if you don't read these two, make sure you buy this book and read it. I love it. I love it. It's the way he told the story will introduce you to personal finance in a way that you have never seen before. I'm telling you the honest truth. So, armed with this information, I started looking for investment opportunities in Nigeria. I've never had any interest investing outside Nigeria. I feel so confident investing in Nigeria because I understand the system. I know how things work in Nigeria. I don't have to start from scratch to learn the system. If you've seen my moving back to Nigeria video, you know that Nigeria is my home. That's where my heart is. I hope to eventually retire to Nigeria. All things being equal. So back then, a friend of mine was working in a bank. She was my trusted account officer. I was fixing my money a lot in those days. That's fixed deposit. You know, instead of leaving my money lying around in the bank, I will fix it for the maximum term, then kept rolling over. I don't regard that one as an investment anyway, because I can liquidate at any time. I trusted her so much that I left signed blank checks with her. I left signed blank A4 sheets with her, because that was how domiciliary accounts were operated in Nigeria back then. As an international employee, I was paid in dollars and my money was held in an offshore account. So what I did back then was, it's a long road. I would transfer my dollars from my offshore bank account to my dollar account in Nigeria. And then she would fill up the A4 sheets to withdraw the money, the dollars from my dollar account. She will go and change it, and then she will pay it back into my Naira account. Then she will fill a check that I've already signed to withdraw money and give to any entity I wanted to buy something from. It was a long process. This was all I had to go through in those days to get access to my own money. Not to talk of all the charges that came with all that. But the good news is that today, you don't have to go through all those corner processes that I had to go through. We're in the digital age. Today, you can do all that on your phone in the comfort of your home. That's why I keep telling you to download SendWave. When you send money with SendWave, it goes straight into your Naira account. You don't have to trust anybody so much that you have to leave blank sheets signing your life away and sign blank checks. No. You have an account in Nigeria, you send money from USA, the UK, Spain, Italy, and Ireland to Nigeria, Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. And your money will go into your own bank account. No stories. And SendWave will not even charge you any transfer fees. And with my code, Flow, when you download SendWave for the first time, you will get $5 or £5 or €5 added to your first transfer. Go for it. I have a detailed video on how to download and use SendWave. I'll put the link below. Back to my story, my very first investment. In the early 2000s, my friend's bank, the bank she was working as an employee in, the bank I was banking with, wanted to go public to be listed in the Nigerian stock exchange. But even before being listed in the Nigerian stock exchange, there's something known as private placement. Private placement, as the word private implies, is the issue of stocks. You know, when a company issues stocks to select individuals or companies, it's usually in-house. They keep whispering it amongst themselves. It's man no man. So you only hear about this if you're in the right circles. Choose your friends wisely. One advantage of buying stocks at the private placement level is that it's usually the lowest price you can buy that stock at. You know, apart from when friends pool their resources together to start a company. Yeah, the next step is private placement, when they want to get more funds, when they want to get more investors into the company. During the infamous 2008 stock market crash, a lot of stocks crashed, but till today, the price of that stock I bought over 15 years ago is still above the price I bought it at the private placement level. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, so if I bought it at the private placement level like that, and it rose later, it crashed, and it's still, the current price is still above that. Yeah, in spite of all that crash. Everybody that is investing in shares knows what happened in 2008. But the major downside is, if the company goes bankrupt before they go public, you may lose your money. You buy private placement stocks based on the trust you have in the company. Remember, at that stage, they are not yet regulated by the Securities Exchange Commission, you know, the body that regulates the stock market. But if you know enough about the company, if you've seen their books, their accounts, these things are made public to the people that want to invest in the company at that stage, and you have enough trust in them, you've seen where they're going to, you've seen their mission statement, and you think they have potential, you can be the early birds, you know, the early bird investors in that company. Investing is about taking calculated risks. So my friend told me about it. You know how banks give their employees a certain target to meet. They were giving targets that ran into tens of millions of naira, you know, the worth of shares that the people they bring would buy. So my friend told me about it. She didn't force me to buy, but because I was already informed, yeah, I knew enough at that time to jump in, because I was hungry to start investing. Are you hungry to start investing? Are you? Click the like button to tell me that you are. At that time, I had already armed myself with enough information on investing. That's why I jumped on it. Please educate yourself before you start investing. Do your own research, educate yourself. These days there's a lot of information online. I will put some links to, you know, valuable pages on the internet that will help you, you know, learn about these things. At that time, the price was 1 naira 25 kobo per share, and I bought 800,000 shares. That was 1 million naira. Back then, 1 million naira was a lot of money. The dollar to naira exchange rate at that time was about 145 naira. So that's $6,800. And that, my friend that introduced me to Robert Kiyosaki, was screaming. She was like, this is a lot of money to invest in one company. That I introduced you to invest in does not mean that you should go and be risking all your money. I was laughing my head off because my mind was made up. I told her, don't worry, I've got this. And I'm happy to report that till date, that investment is my most profitable investment ever, based on return on investment. When the company went for the IPO, that's the initial public offer, you know, when they announce it in newspapers and open it to the public and tell people to come and invest, the share price at their IPO was 2 naira 80 kobo, if I remember very well. And when it started trading on the stock market floor, because after IPO they have to wait for some time for certain approvals before they can now trade on the floor. So at that time it jumped to 3 naira 25 kobo per share. So you can see the difference already. And the shares did so well over the next 3 years. At that time it jumped to 11 naira. But not that it mattered, because I'm never into stocks to buy and sell. I don't have intentions of buying low, selling high, you know, watching the prices up and down. No, I don't know anything about that. And I like my investment in stocks to be passive, 100% passive. So I invest in stocks based on the dividends they pay. Yeah, so, and this company has been paying good dividends over the years. They've paid me several times over the amount of money I invested in their stock. I also got bonus shares. Yeah, bonus shares is when they give you absolutely free shares based on the number of shares you have with them. For instance, a company can say they're offering 1 for 5. So for every 5 shares you have with the company, they will dash you absolutely free. They will dash you 1 free share. For instance, if they're doing 1 for 10, for me that had 800,000 shares at that time, I would get 80,000 shares free, absolutely free, without doing anything. Of course, if you decide to sell it, you're going to pay tax on it. But yeah, that's how it works. You can get dividends, you can get bonus shares. Yeah, when you invest with a good company. Remember, I'm not a financial expert. I'm just sharing my experience investing based on the information I've gathered for myself. Yeah. Not that I cannot advise you, but you don't take my word for it. I can guide you to tell you exactly what I'm doing, not the perfect thing to do, if you know what I mean. Anyway, that's where I'm going to end this video today. Click the like button if I inspired you to start investing in your future. Bye bye. See you soon.